Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Praveena. So, a very good morning, one and all present here. So, myself, Chandrakala, already introduced by Miss Praveena. So, today's topic is going to be 21st century learners, mental health, and well being in education. So, the major focus in today's session is going to be on navigating the challenges and building resilience, which is the most important in 21st century learners. So let us, slowly go step by step. So before I begin the session, so I have a quick question for the audience who are here. So if I talk about the 21st century learners, especially the modern challenges faced by them. See, when we were studying, we had different challenges, but now the challenges are completely different. So they need not be the same, and we can't expect our 21st century learners to follow the same as we did in our days. So now if the audience can quickly post the words or the what is your perception of biggest challenge faced by 21st century learners. So if I have the audience, yeah, so I'll be posting the link. You can just post the responses there. If not, no, I'll just give 1 minute on the responses so that we can see how the audience are responding. So otherwise, I'll be taking major challenges faced by 21st century learners. So let me see any responses are on chat. If you can post them on chat, that would be great. Okay, if not, I'll take the, I'll discuss few major challenges that our 21st century learners are facing nowadays. So, be it academic pressure, be it social media influence, be it any other challenge, sometimes the learners are emotionally depressed. They don't have emotional support back at home or, when they come to school. They may not find anybody who are ready to listen to them and who are there for them to help. So that is the biggest challenge I, as a teacher and as a parent, I can see students coming up with those challenges. Sometimes, for so many reasons, teachers are not ready to listen, or parents are not in a position to give them time to understand their challenges. So this is one of the biggest challenges that are being faced by 21st century kids. And apart from that, be it the comparison, due to the comparison, or there is a lot of academic stress among the 21st century learners. So he is doing very well, why not you? And it is always about the comparison. Parents or teachers are their perception needs to be changed, because in comparison, what happens, we are missing on what the child is good at. So we as teachers or parents, we should be able to give them that room of bringing their own selves up. They are good at some or the other way. We as teachers or parents, let us help them in understanding what they are good at, and let us help them in showing their best in their own interest. So let us not force them to become something. Sometimes I feel parents are having so many expectations on the child, where the child may or may not be capable of doing so. So let us first understand what is the child's perspective, what is the child's interest, and what are the negative impacts on stressing them so much on so many things. There is a lot of influence of social media in a negative way rather than in a positive way. Of course, there are positive, influence, but I would refer, during my interactions with the parents or students, I have understood that there is a lot of negative impact than the positive impact. So, how do we channelize the usage of social media? How do we help them understand what is good and what is right, especially the adolescent age group of students? So, let us focus on those areas in today's session. So, now, before I move on to the next slide, so these are the, I have taken this from, the secondary source, of course, the from the internet. So in this case, you can see there are different challenges, especially 21st century kids who are facing these challenges. So if you look at the statistics, not everybody, it is not 100% that the child is showing the satisfaction with the personal life, showing the satisfaction with the school life, showing the responsibility that they are doing well, showing the confidence that they are on the right way. And some of them may or may not be trustworthy. Some may find social media the supporting source, some may not. So these are different variations. It all depends on the age group, also the gender, more specific, because based on gender also we can see that there are a lot of challenges that are being faced by the students and the 21st century learners. Now how do we address them? So before we discuss on how do we address them, let us try to understand what is the impact, from which we can further discuss on how do we identify and how do we help them to overcome all these difficulties or challenges. Now I have a quick video for you to show how the negative impact on the child. So how they feel depressed or demotivated in a way. So let me quickly stop sharing my screen and go on to the video. Just give me 1 minute so that I can share my video. Uh, is it loud and clear? Miss Pravina, can you help me on that?
No, we are not able to hear. The audio is not on, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second, please. Now?
I'm afraid no.
Is it okay now, Pravina?
No, it's not. We are not able to hear you. The audio is not there. The video is playing though. So the captions are also visible, but the audio is not.
Do I have to share it in any other form? Can you please help me on that?
I don't think so. Like usually the speakers just play the thing as it is.
So please listen to me.
Yes, now it will.
Thank you. I'll just play it from the beginning.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Dear Amma and Appu, you know I'm very shy, and it has taken a lot of courage to write this letter. So please listen to me.
Exams are near, and I'm scared. But not from the exam pressure, but from the pressure from you.
I know I did not do well last time, but believe me, I'm working really hard this time.
You only talk about competition and marks. I feel like I don't have a life anymore.
I have a limited capacity, you know. I can't study continuously for 10 hours in one go.
Sometimes मैं आप दोनों से इतना डर जाती हूँ that I find myself in tears. I feel very suffocated and I just want to get away from it all.
I don't understand why you don't let me meet my friends. I feel trapped.
I know you really care about my studies and get angry at me for not studying. But do you know, I really try hard.
I get tired after studying.
I want to watch football on TV.
But nee TV connection cut panta.
Please don't come to check on me inside my room after every half an hour. It really bugs me and breaks my concentration.
You've become a stranger to me. I get a rumbling feeling in my tummy, like I'm going to faint.
Baba, even when you're with me, it's like आप मेरे साथ नहीं हो. आप अभी भी अपनी ऑफिस के बारे में सोच रहे हो.
You look so stressed during my exams that it makes me nervous.
आप सबके सामने प्लीज मुझे निशी आंटी की बेटी के साथ कंपेयर मत करो.
Appa, why can't we be a normal house?
You always scream and scold me. I haven't slept for nights after getting yelled at by you.
Sometimes it's so frustrating that I feel like locking myself in the bathroom and not talking to anyone.
I know you two really love me and are really concerned about me.
But still, sometimes, just let me be.
मेरा दम घुटता है. I feel like. Please don't demotivate me. I get it from school, then from my classes, and then from you. And I'm thankful and privileged to be your daughter. But please try to understand me. Thank you, man. Your little baby. One day, I'll make both of you proud. Please help me. Love you, Ma. Love you, Pa.
Yours, Tina.
So from this video, we can see the students feeling depressed and demotivated. This is the exact situation or scenario of our kids now. So let us try to understand, not only parents, let us, as teachers or parents, let us try to understand what they are going through and how hard they are trying towards their own development. See, sometimes I feel we either as teachers or parents, we should give them the space for their own improvement. Let them face the challenges, but definitely they are going to learn from their own mistakes. They are going to learn, how to face those challenges. We as parents or teachers, when we are not ready to help them understand what they are doing and what they are good at, somewhere I feel we as teachers and parents, we have failed. So these are the situations where students feel so depressed when they don't get time to spend with their own parents. They feel so depressed. Why are we alone? They feel lonely. They don't have anybody to share their problems. So let us try to understand what they are going through, and let us talk to them. Parents, I would say, every day at least 30 minutes, let us sit. Not Let us not focus only on academics. Education is not all about academics. It is also about their personal development. So let us try to understand that and give them time, spend time with them to talk to them, not related to academics. Let us try finding their own problems, their how their day is. So let us have a friendly talk with them. As a teachers also, we can do that. I, in my own case, I spend at least 5 to 10 minutes every day before my class. It's a circle time for me, where I interact with the students and find out what went on well, and what is that there if I find any students looking dull or depressed, I try to check on them. What happened to you? Is there any way that I can support? So these are the simple things, but make lot of difference in child's future. So let us try to understand all these and help the child in that way. Now, next, if we talk about parental role. So before I talk about teachers' role in students' development, let us talk about parent role in supporting mental health. See, mental health is going to be the major topic in today's world, because once this is set, automatically everything will be set and it will fall in place. So in this, we should have open communication with the students every day. With our own kids, we as parents, we should spend at least 10 minutes to finding out what went on well today and what is the challenge that they have faced. Let us have an open communication with the with the students, and try to understand them, and let us promote healthy habits. So we as parents should be role model, or to them, to grab or to take few habits from us. So let us try helping them, being a role model. Let us first try teaching them through our actions. Not only, it is always easy for us to say, okay, this is what you are supposed to do, this is what you are not supposed to do. Instead of giving them these instructions orally, let us try helping them understand through our actions. That will always have a great impact, positively in the child's growth. And let us teach coping skills. In the sense, I have a small story here. Once there was a man who is watching a butterfly coming out of the cocoon. So it is always the butterfly comes out of the cocoon after a lot of struggle. So the man sits and starts observing the cocoon. Butterfly struggles a lot. It tries hard, to come out. A lot of struggle. So he watches, watches, watches. After some time, he sees that there is no movement from the cocoon. So he thought, okay, let us try helping the butterfly out of curiosity, out of, in a way, positive intention. But he went there and cut the, cocoon. So as to help the butterfly to fly out quickly. So he cut the cocoon, by which butterfly came out, in a beautiful way. But what happened? The butterfly could not fly with her wings, because in the process of struggling, coming out of the cocoon, butterfly develops the strength to her wings. And if we are not letting the butterfly struggle at that moment, in a way, lifetime we are, not helping the butterfly to, fly. So it might be his positive intention, but it led to the negative impact on the butterfly's life. So throughout the life, butterfly, kept crawling on the leaf, and unable to fly. So that is what exactly we are doing as parents sometimes, I feel, because in a way we are overprotective. See, we as parents should definitely be protective, but at the same time, we should give them room for their own development. Let us leave them, let us leave them to explore themselves. And we should always have an eye on their actions and all. Wherever we feel, okay, there is something going wrong, then we have to go interrupt and give our own suggestions. But until then, I feel we should not stop them being independent. So that ways, we need to understand, as parents, we should give them the room for their own development and model positive behavior. Again, it is the same through our actions. So what we do, they will take from us. So let us model the positive behavior through our actions, and limit the screen time. It is always important, especially nowadays. So nowadays, the social media, or the content online, be it the web series or different OTT platforms. So there are a lot of content that is being accessible to the students, or children of different age levels. Though they're not supposed to watch those films or web series, they're still watching, because there is no supervision on them. At the same time, see, when I talk about supervision, wherever it is required, it must be given. Wherever it should be left free, it should be left free. So especially when I talk about the screen time, we should have a close eye on what they are watching, and what they are getting attracted to. So we should always help them understand how do they minimize screen time. So that is possible only when we give them quality time. When I say quality time, instead of screen time, let us sit with them and watch different movies. Let us sit with them, play different games, not the video games. Let us play with them, be it indoor games or outdoor games. Let us give them that quality time by which we can actually reduce the screen time. And even if it is a movie or a program that they are watching, let us limitize that, so that they will have a physical movement rather than sitting at one place and always looking at the screen. So we should be able to limit the screen time in that way. And we should be mindful of signs. When I say mindful of signs, we should always observe the child's movements. So sometimes they may not be able to share everything with us. Sometimes they'll be willing to share with their own friends, not the parents. So we should give them that assurance. Okay, my parent is the best friend. He or she is always there for me to support, be it a positive or negative thing. So we should give them that assurance by interacting with them friendly, by actually finding out, okay, what is wrong. So instead of reacting to the situation when they explain, let us try taking it in a positive way, and let us reframe our sentences, our suggestions in a positive way so that they actually take it. So let us give them that assurance so that they always share their difficulties and challenges with us. So we should be very mindful of these behavior changes. Sometimes they react without actually having a particular reason. So we should actually try to find out instead of reacting. So that is one way. And we need to encourage social support. So in the last video we can see one child saying, you don't let me play, interact with my friends, you don't let me go out with my friends. So that is where we are somewhere restricting, and out of which the child develops the curiosity. So that may lead to the negative, when we are there, she or he will be under our own control. But when we are not there, they may go in a wrong way. See, if they find some kind of freedom outside, they will definitely may not be using it in a positive way. So let us balance both. Let us give them that encouragement to have a social support as well, which is very, very important. That's how they learn goods and bads. So let us encourage them towards social support. And sometimes if we think there is a professional help needed in case of our child's psychology. Sometimes if we see the child is being too naughty, sometimes out of the age group, if she or he is behaving something different from the other students, we need to have a check on them. And in case if we feel that there is need of professional help, we need to go take or seek help from them, because always taking their support is also helps our child to have a positive mindset. So this happened with me in my own case, post pandemic especially. I was teaching a topic in my class. Then I saw a particular child. She is academically a little weak. Her interest is not towards academics. So I found her writing something, a book. Then I asked her, what is it all about? Then she refused to show me that book. Then somehow I convinced her, I gave her the assurance, I'm not going to show it to anybody. I'll just see and give it back. Then after I take the book and see, I could see the girl describing about each and every boy in the class. Using foul language, I would say it is not age appropriate. She was in grade 8 at that time, and she was not supposed to use those words, where she used and she described each and every single boy in her class. So the problem here is, it is not all about child describing about the boy. What made her describe the boy? What is the cause for that? So when I take time, so after my class, I asked her to sit with me, and she was discussing all some points with me where I felt very sad about the child, because during the pandemic, both the parents were working, and they didn't really spend time with her. Where she found, there is no one to, interact at home. So she was the only child. So she obviously found the internet or Netflix the major source of entertainment. So she started watching web series in which there is a lot of this language being used. So that made her developing those thoughts, and her thoughts, even she was back from the pandemic, she was back to the class, she was nowhere connected with the group of students. Her thoughts, actions, everything is related to the web series that she watched. So some way we should help the child to have that connect with her friends or his friends and family members, neighborhood. This is very, very important. Otherwise, it is going to have a negative impact on child's life. So let us help the child channelize her or his thoughts in a positive way. So that ways we can help the children. Now, that is all about parental support. That is very much needed. Giving them time, talking to them more often. Not only academics, all but also the personal stuff. Be it related to friends or any other stories. Try paying attention, try listening to them, give them that space. Okay, now coming back to the school or classroom environment, we as teachers should always find out what is happening in child's mind. So sometimes, see, for a teacher, there might be n number of reasons. It could be the pressure on completing the syllabus, it could be the pressure by the management, whatever may be the reason. We miss on basic things like are the students really ready for today's class? Sometimes we don't check on that, and we generally go into the class and start teaching whatever we want to teach as per our plan. But we as teachers, especially 21st century teachers, should always understand the child is coming with different backgrounds. Back at home, there might be something wrong happened at home. There might be some emotional damage that happened at home. So there are so many challenges that are being faced by students. So we as teachers should try to find out from them. And before we actually start the class, we should check on this child's attitude, whether he or she is ready for today's class. If somewhere the majority of the students are not ready, not seems to be ready, then there is no harm in changing the approach or methodology of that particular topic. It is always important. See, 10 minutes of class will be very effective than teaching 30 minutes of class without grabbing the child's attention. So we should understand that. First, grab the attention. Take 10 minutes of time in grabbing the attention of the students. Set them right. Try finding what is happening back at home, or what is happening in her or his mindset. So we should always have that positive attitude towards the child, and then find out. So now that ways we can help the students. Looking at different scenarios, let us check, okay, what went on well. Now I have a video. So I'll just show the video. Now let me just stop sharing my screen and show one particular video of the teacher's mindset in the class. So
Miss Chandrakala, it's almost half an hour. If we can end the session,
yes, yes,
this video,
okay.
then, because
No problem.
questions are posted, we can take
Right,
it.
right. So let me conclude with the, I'll post the video later. Right. Okay. So we as teachers should always have, an understanding of different cultural, what they are coming from, what is the community they are coming from, the society they are coming from, the neighborhood, everything. So keep all these things in mind, and modify your approaches, give them time, give them assurance that you are the best friend to them. Nowadays teachers should be the facilitators in terms of guiding them for a betterment, develop those leadership qualities, not only academics. It will automatically come in place when we take care of all these things. So that mental well-being is really important for us. So now, as a collaborative approach, we parents, teachers, and all together, we can make it a big success when we keep all these points in mind. I do, you do, and we all do together. Okay. So when the child back at home feeling something depression because of so many reasons, instead of asking him what is wrong with you, it is always good for us to modify the question, saying what happened to you, how can I help you. This will always help the child, though they are very simple. It makes a lot of difference. So that ways we can help the child in her or his own development. These are different resources, support systems we can check online. So these are some of those types, and we can really check on different apps nowadays. There are many apps coming up, so we can definitely take the helps of these apps. So now, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity, Miss Pravina, and thank you so much for the audience, to have the patience and listening to me. So if you have any questions, you can ask me before I go on that. So Pravina, will I be able to post the link for feedback, if that is okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I'm posting the link on chat box so that you can give the feedback on today's session. So here is the link.
Request the audience to make a note of it, or you can go back to our YouTube channel once it's uploaded. From there also you can access the link, I guess.
Sure.
So, ma'am, can we take the question answers, please?
Yes, yes, please. I'll stop sharing the screen so that
yes, please. Yes.
Right. Yes.
So you have mentioned, you have spoken about how should the parents support and how should the teachers handle and all those things. So I will not read out those questions because of the time constraint here, ma'am. The first question is, can you share effective strategies for recognizing early signs of mental health challenges in students and intervening appropriately?
Okay, so in this case, I would refer. See, sometimes they may not be able to come up with their own challenges because of so many reasons. So it is always important for us to have regular feedback sessions. Having a circle time. Always a good strategy we as teachers is make it a group learning, collaborative learning by which may not be with the teachers, at least with the students or peer group, they will be opening up, they will share their own problems or strategies. So where the others can bring it to teachers' notice. Or sometimes when we give them that space where they can interact with us in directly by just sitting with them, having a friendly time with them every week, at least one class per a week. If we sit with them and understand, having a general talk with them, definitely we will be able to identify, and then depending on a particular situation, we can definitely suggest different suggestions we can give them, so that the child will be able to follow and seek help in case further needed. So have I answered your question, Pravina?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
So coming to the curriculum, like you have discussed about educators' role, but how about the curriculum? How can curriculum design be adapted to incorporate mental health education and resilience building skills for students?
Yeah, that was a good question, Pravina. So in my case also, there is every time there is the constraint we as teachers we face, because somewhere we need to complete the curriculum. But how do we bring in or inculcate these values so as to build the resilience among the students is always, it is all about our lesson planning. So including these lessons, we can definitely bring in some skills into the curriculum. So our approach should be changed, so that suppose if I talk about a particular, I'm going to teach a particular topic to the students. So instead of teaching, chalkboard method, definitely there is a group activity plan, or we can always give them the room to discuss their own opinions. So we can actually modify the lessons. So once they clearly understand, completing two more exercises is very difficult for me if it is a regular method. But if I have those group strategies or collaborative learning, they help one another. They help each other, they come up with their own ideas, so they themselves will learn faster than us. So they will have a lot of enthusiasm among themselves, because it is not in a regular way, it is in a different way where they enjoy, be it through a game, be it through different fun activity. So we should always think of different ideas where they are actually engaged, where they try learning, seeking help, asking questions. So this is possible only when we design our curriculum or when we change our approaches as teachers.
Thank you, Ms. Padmalata. This one, so in what ways can schools collaborate with parents and the broader community to create a comprehensive approach to mental health support in education?
Yes. So for this, I would prefer orientations to be conducted to the parents, or different seminars. We may ask them to give their own opinions, asking them, inviting them as a guest speaker to the school. Or we can conduct different orientation programs with the specialized resource persons, by which they will at least understand what is exactly needed. And towards that, if we can, the school management can think of those orientation programs, or child and parent connectivity, parent connect activities, if they can conduct. So these are the different ways that the management can really pitch in and make it really possible. So that ways, I think it was a good thing.
So you spoke about icebreaker sessions, talking to the children, playing a small game, something like that. Any specific mindfulness or stress reduction techniques that educators can integrate into their daily classroom practices?
Yeah, in my case, again, I usually, I see sometimes students are not ready to pay attention. So what I usually do is, we as educators should, always change the place. See, under tree learning has always been a very good success for me in my case. See, always the place change. If we divert their thoughts, see, they might be in a different mindset, where they are thinking of something else, not in the class. Their body is present, but mind is somewhere else. So we should be able to, think of different approaches where we can divert their thoughts. I sometimes take them out and ask them different questions related to that particular place, and slowly bring in the subject towards there. So always our target should be diverting their mind, from the whatever maybe the situation happened back at home or on their way. So we should always try diverting the thoughts so as to bring them towards the present. So that ways we can really help them.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what opportunities exist for educators to enhance their understanding of mental health issues and effective strategies for supporting students, ma'am? Do they need to attend any workshops? Do they need to attend any enroll in any courses, or how to develop themselves in understanding the mental status of students?
Yeah. So for this, one good thing, which we can actually implement practically possible is, creating different scenarios. We may play a particular video, then asking them, okay, this girl, a group of friends planned for a night party, and, they have some plans. So what might go wrong, or what could be the decision taken by that particular child? So let us play some videos giving them or explaining a particular situation, and take responses from the students. So through those responses, we can really understand how the child's mindset is. So based on that, if we as adults or be it teacher or parent, if we give them some kind of situations and ask them to respond on the particular situation, we can really understand their mindset or what they are going through, what is their intention, what is going in their mind. So through those responses, we can understand and identify their challenges or mindset, so that further we can guide them based on their responses. That is the best way, and it will actually be possible. I myself started doing this, especially with grade 8, 9, 10 students, because they might go through many experiences, be it good or bad. So this really helped me to understand what they are going through. So that ways we can really help them.
Okay. So can you share any successful case study or an example of Hyderabad Public School implementing innovative approaches to prioritize mental health in their education programs?
Yeah, so especially my grade 8 learners, see, I'm the class teacher for grade 8. So, I heard from my previous teachers or the set of teachers teaching them, I heard that they're too naughty, they don't actually learn, they don't perform well. So this is the case. But what I found, I started interacting with them. I started, taking all their, opinions, ideas and all. So I usually be very friendly with them. So, slowly they started developing the confidence on me. Okay, I can share anything, be it personal or anything. I can share anything with my teacher. So I gave them the assurance, so that they started coming up with their what they are actually doing, be it positive or negative. They always tell me. So slowly, I respond to them. At that moment, I don't react to anything, even if it is negative. Slowly, I started suggesting them. So in a long term, in over the period of time, I can see students taking my suggestions positively. Even if I give, sometimes I may be little harsh in terms of giving the instruction, but still they're ready, because they have that confidence. Okay, my teacher is always there for me to support, be it good or bad. I can always share it. So always try to talk to them. And I always, I'm a math teacher, and most of my students feel, math is very difficult and I can't really do this. So I just change my strategies, I gamify the content basically. So be it code breaker or be it a math relay, I gamify the content where they will learn collaboratively and ensure that that particular thing is understood to everybody. So these are different strategies, and they're actually working for me, because I can see my students growth in terms of their progress, showing their progress in their academics or mental health also, because these are interrelated. Through the academics, we have to inculcate these habits, and in a way, both should be balanced. So I can I'm able to maintain that balance, so that their mental health is being taken care, also the academics.
Great to know. Last question again by Ms. Padmalata. Most of the questions were asked by her. So what message do you have for educators, families, and communities who are concerned about student mental health, ma'am?
Yeah, the major message I would say, first thing, the only word I can say, please understand them. So when we start understanding them, we should actually step into their shoes and understand what they are trying to say, what they are going to speak, and what they are, going to ask. So please give them some space for them to understand, what needs to be done. Before we do that, we should understand them. So the only word I can say, or the message I can say, try to understand your learners. When you understand, you can definitely suggest the best thing for them. You will be the best person to them. So that is the only message I would give, because that is important. Once we start understanding them, everything will be on place. So that is the only message.
Thank you, Ms. Chandrakala Mandapati, for the lovely session. I hope all the questions are answered. And School Journal of Education and schoolreformer.com, thank you for the talk and for patiently answering all the questions, ma'am. Some questions were repetitive, the points were already covered, but with a lot of patience, you have elaborately answered all the questions. We also thank the audience for participating in the event. Do share your feedback to Ms. Chandrakala. Please try to note down the link. If you missed it, again, like you can find it on our YouTube channel, School Reformer, when we upload it. You also can connect with ma'am on her LinkedIn profile is attached on the website. And we will end the session now. Anything else you want to mention, ma'am?
No, thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity, Miss Pravina, and thank you so much for the audience. I know for being patient enough to pay attention to my session. Thank you so much. Have a good day to all.
You too. Thank you.